What's up, everyone? My name is Andrew Ivanov, and welcome to Autohacker's mini course. And the goal for this mini course, in 4 short videos under 1 hour, show you step-by-step instructions what you need to do in order to buy a car at salvage auto auction and save 50%. At the same time, avoiding the costly mistakes that come associated with salvage auto auctions. So if you're ready, let's start right away. And in my video number 1, we're going to talk about the myth about salvage auto auctions. And when I talk about salvage auto auctions, I refer to the biggest auctions in the United States, corporate and insurance auto auction. And some of you, when you hear salvage cars, you're gonna be like, no, salvage cars are bad. And there are lots of myths about salvage cars, like salvage cars, impossible to fix. Salvage cars, impossible to register. Salvage car, impossible to insure. Salvage cars, impossible to finance. And of course, salvage cars, impossible to sell. All of it just myth, and I'm gonna bust it with you in this video. And of course, when I refer to salvage cars, I don't refer to heavily damaged cars like what you see right now in front of your screen. Definitely no, I wouldn't buy these cars myself. But instead, when I say salvage car, I refer to these minor damaged cars, great used cars that you can get for 50% discount. Why I choose insurance auto auctions and why I recommend it to my customers? Because huge selection, over 300,000 cars to choose weekly, and you buy these cars at huge discount, 50% or more. And of course, our goal is to look for very minor damage cars or no damages at all and still saving a ton of money. 20% at the salvage auto auctions come with clean titles, really. And some cars available to public. And if it's not available to public, you can of course use broker, Cars Forbid, and we're going to help you to buy your dream car at huge discount. So let's actually talk about the fundamentals, how cars end up at insurance auto auctions. So first of all, of course, when the car gets into accident, the insurance company is going to do the estimate for repairs. And when the repairs over 50% of the retail value of the car, and some states less, some states more, which is going to use the average one, 50%, the insurance company decides which is going to salvage the car. It's much easier for them and actually cheaper to salvage the car than to actually fix it. And then, since insurance company, they don't sell cars directly to publics, they have no means to do that. They send these cars to storages at the salvage auto auctions, and salvage auto auctions take these cars, they take photos, they do description, they have platforms to sell these vehicles. So that's how cars end up at salvage auto auctions. And of course, sometimes there is no accident, and I'm going to cover it in this video. So the reasons to buy at salvage auto auctions, I see usually there are 3 kind of people that come to salvage auto. First of all, they need car. They just need car. It's necessity, okay? And they need car as cheap as possible. So it's great opportunity to buy a car and save 50%. That's group number 1. Second group, and I see lots of them, it's actually car flipping. You buy a car, you enjoy it, okay, you drive it, and then at the same time you sell it, and you sell it for profit. So kind of having a side hustle. And I've done it in the past myself, and actually I grew into a lifestyle car flipper when actually I enjoy the car, I buy it with the intent to drive it, enjoy it, and at the same time I sell it and then make a profit. And I see more and more people doing that stuff, and it's really cool, especially if I show you how to do everything in these short 4 videos. It might be a possibility for you. And then of course, you buy cars for your business. It may be rental business. I've seen people do Turo, Uber, and actually their own rental fleet. You can source cars pretty cheaply at salvage auto auctions. Some require clean title, some is okay with rebuilds. Let's bust this big myth right away. So first of all, impossible to fix. I'm not a mechanic myself, guys, but in front of you, you see this beautiful 2016 Dodge Charger that I purchased in 2019. So it was a 3-year-old car and I bought it for $20,000. Actually, retail price back then was around $48,000. So I got it at 41% of its retail value. Great. I mean, it was a great deal right away. And there were some damages with the car associated. So let me show you. Then you tell me, is it possible to fix or not? So first of all, the car came with that battery. I had to source new battery at AutoZone and install it. Were you able to do that stuff? I think you able to do that, right? Then there is a second damage was with the car. The front windshield actually was cracked because it's a theft recovery vehicle. So I Googled windshield replacement and I found the place local to me. It was around $300 and they've done everything in under an hour. Can you do these repairs? I bet you can. And then this car I was planning to keep for myself and the tires were completely gone. So I bought a new set of tires. I brought the car, they replaced it, and that's it. Would you be able to do that, right? And you probably, of course, can. When I said the first how cars get to the salvage auction, you see this part accident. But actually there are lots of other accidents which has no damages to the car, like a theft and vandalism recoveries. Like the car was stolen, then recovered by police, but original owner already got paid for the car, so the car got salvaged. Hail damage, one of my favorite. Repossession. And there is some other ones I'm going to talk to you little later. Let's talk about the myth number 2. Salvage cars impossible to register. Guys, I mean, there are some cases we're gonna talk in video number 2 when I actually saw people having problems to register salvage cars. But there's just some specific paperwork. They purchased the car that was impossible to register. But if you buy with the right paperwork, there is no problem registering. We buy thousands of cars every year and we have no incidents when somebody couldn't register the car. Some states also require for salvage cars to have an inspection. So in front of you, you see 2 of my personal cars, Aston Martin DB11 and Tesla Model S, that I had to go through inspection. I had to provide, like the repair bills. They inspected it and they gave me an identification plate rebuilt. That's it. Easy. Myth number 3. Salvage cars impossible to insure. That's my personal car, I told you. DB11. That's an expensive car. And look, I have full coverage, not limited liability. I have full coverage with bodily injury liability of $100,000 and each occurrence of $300,000. I even have uninsured motorist stacked each person in each occurrence. No problem. And of course, insurance company, when they insure the vehicle, they know that the car being salvaged or rebuilt, and they can see and access the photos in accident. And I saw like this car had no problem, so I had no questions asked about this car. And I insure it with Progressive, and I also insure it with Geico. No problems at all. Sometimes, like for example, with my Tesla Model S, I purchased the policy and some little time later, I'm not sure, like maybe 2 weeks later, they send me that they request verification purpose. So send them like clear recent photos of the outside of the vehicle and there's a vehicle registration. They think with this car, it was heavily damaged. Okay, so probably when the insurance saw it, they say like, I wonder how the car looks right now. So I send them photos of my car from different angles, registration. They saw that the car is registered, looking amazing, and they say, thank you for sending the proof documents requested. All documents have been reviewed and are acceptable. That's it. So whoever says it's impossible to insure salvage cars, I'm not sure. I've done it with Progressive, Allstate, Mercury, Geico, and others in different states, no problems. Myth number 4, salvage cars impossible to finance. That's why on our website we provide a big advertisement for Lightstream, because we work with Lightstream, we partnered with them, and it's so easy to get auto loan for your salvage car. The only requisites, you need to have a minimum of credit score of 650. As long as you have 650 and up, no problems. You can get it at a great deal. And actually in my Autohacker community on Facebook, we also found that Western Founding and Westlake Financial, they give great loans for rebuild cars. And Phil, actually, he used Lightstream and he said, this is great loan. They put money directly into your account and it's great for salvage and rebuild. So guys, whoever says it's impossible to finance salvage cars, that's not true. It's a myth. And then number 5, impossible to sell. Whatever, guys. It's actually one of the easiest cars to sell. Remember, 2016 Dodge Charger I purchased in 2019 for $20,000. I sold it in 2023. I drove the car for 4 years, sold it for $29,500. The guy came and paid the full amount, and I made actually a profit after all taxes paid, after windshield repairs, after tires and everything, $4,000. So I was actually getting paid $1,000 per year to drive this car. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable, because the clean title of this car was around, you see, from $38,000 to $43,000 back when I was selling it. So at $29,500, it was great deal with great discount. And actually there is a little secret, kind of giving you little access to my lifestyle car flipping course. Salvage cars are the easiest to sell. Why? Reason number 1, because most consumers buy based on price. And when your price is 30% below everyone else, it's easy to sell. I also had my other Dodge Charger. It's a 2019. I bought it in 2020, I believe, and I bought it for $20,900. 35% of its retail value. Nothing wrong with the car. And guess what? I was driving it, I was enjoying it, and later I sold it and made $10,000 profit. Yes, it was salvage, but who cares when the price is right? And then just to give a very popular, we actually buy lots of cars under $5,000. Like this Mitsubishi Mirage was purchased for $4,000. Compare price, $12,000, and the guy sold it for $7,500. I see lots of cases like that. They buy cars for $2,000-$3,000. You know, they do a little bit of work and they sell it in $6,000-$7,000 range and make $2,000-$3,000 per car. I think it's just unbelievable great. And who understands the concept of salvage cars, they know how to buy these cars, they can make a killing as a side hustle. So that's why right now, let's go to video number 2, when we're going to talk about the golden Autohacker rules. If you follow these rules, you're guaranteed to buy a great car at great savings and actually make a profit when you sell it, or actually drive for free for extended period of time. Let's go to video number 2.